Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alon Bar-Shany. I'm sitting here in Tel Aviv in Israel. And today I'm very excited to get to be able to present to you the Indigo 2016 Drupa portfolio. We actually just released the news yesterday and started showing for the first time the broad range of products and solutions that we're releasing. So again, here we are in beautiful sunny Israel. It's springtime here. The almond trees are blooming. Everything is green, and we're extremely excited, as we are in every single Drupa year, to bring the next level of innovation that we believe will continue to drive this incredibly innovative printing industry to new levels of growth and profitability. I wish we could host the whole world here during this period. We will have thousands of people in Israel over the next few weeks, and later on we will be showing the broad portfolio at D-Scoop in San Antonio and of course at Drupa. And I will try to do my best to share the news and walk you through the products and some of the things that we've been showing this week. But I would like to share a very short video that hopefully captures the environment of the beautiful Kiryat Gat site, where we've hosted over the last 48 hours some of our customers and partners, showing them the Drupa portfolio. So if you could please roll the video, that would be great.
HP is doing a really good job in not only building excellent equipment and technology, but also trying to find new ways to use the power of print in order to help the customers expand their footprint as far as the number of things they can do for people and go forward.
It's interesting to see technology on the one side, hardware, you see application-oriented things, and you see software, productivity tools. Well, in the end, you need all of them. You need applications, software, hardware working together.
I'm very much impressed. I was expecting from HP Indigo a B1 press to be launched at Drupa, and now I will have further details about the 50,000s.
Just come out of the pack ready. Very interested to see the lamination, which is a killer part of the sector that until now has not been addressed.
Extraordinario. En realidad la velada de hoy, tanto como la de ayer, ha sido muy instructiva. Conocer el desarrollo de las tecnologías HP Indigo.
If you're a label printer, it's really exciting with your new 8000, where you double the speed by adding a second machine.
It's amazing the different levels that we get to see here. It's all very interesting.
This is a great opportunity to come visit Israel and see all of the innovation that HP brings to the market.
For me, Drupa is like a kid in a sweet shop. I like Drupa, and I'm pretty sure that HP will blow us away as ever.
So I've used the word innovation, I believe, already over the last few minutes, and I will be using this word many times because I honestly believe this is what's driving our industry forward. And we are based in Israel, which I believe is one of the more innovative societies in this world. And I also believe that the printing industry is actually extremely innovative. And our customers are all the time creating new ways of doing things and new applications. And I personally love this quote from the head of one of the top research institutes in the world, based in Israel. And I believe that this innovation, both in Israel but in the printing industry, is driven by curiosity, by the freedom to ask questions and to think out of the box, not to accept conventional wisdom, which in the past was analog, long-run jobs, static jobs. And the other beautiful thing about the printing industry is the diversity of the applications, the diversity of the segments, the geographies, and a lot of the innovation that I think is relevant is coming from people looking at problems and solving them in very, very different ways. And Israel has this heritage of driving change in the graphics arts industry, which started in the 70s and 80s with a pre-press, the digital pre-press, and with Indigo, with the first digital offset color press that was launched in 1993, to a world that was totally analog. So this is an example of really asking out-of-the-box questions and the freedom to question conventional wisdom. Just these days, it's a great source of pride to all of us here in Indigo and in Israel to know that the Israeli government is issuing 2 stamps, each commemorating the contribution of Cytex on the one hand for the pre-press and Indigo for the creation of the digital printing world. And actually our visitors that came to Israel over the last few days, as they walked through the Ben Gurion International Airport, could see a brand new exhibition on the wall showcasing many of the Israeli innovations and the discoveries that have influenced the world in many different areas, drip irrigation and cherry tomatoes and desalination and a lot of other elements. And one of them is the Indigo innovation around digital printing. Actually, in this case, the Indigo 10,000, which was launched just 4 years ago in a webinar similar to the one today, just before Drupa 2012. And the Indigo 10,000 was actually part of a platform strategy, part of a revolution that we believed we brought to the market around all the great qualities that Indigo had in terms of number of colors, versatility, print quality, but as we said at that time in one word, bigger. And we brought this product to Drupa 2012, and with it the derivatives for the packaging market. And we take a great sense of pride in actually sitting here today, 4 years later, delivering what we promised at Drupa 2012, having well over 300 Indigo presses of the Series 4 family, the 10,000, 20, and 30, in close to 40 different countries around the globe. And most importantly, having our customers generating billions of dollars of revenue from these presses over the last few years and growing profitably. And at the same time, 4 years ago, we also ensured that we're not just launching the next generation, we're also continuing to enhance the products that we launched at the previous Drupa in 2008, the Series 3 presses, both on the sheet fed side for the photo segments and general commercial printing, publishing applications, etc. And of course, the WS6600 for the labels and packaging. And again, over the last 4 years, our customers have embraced this technology and are doing extremely well and driving rapid growth. Now, I will say that a lot has changed since Drupa 2012, and we have not only delivered on the Drupa promise, we've continued to innovate, not only on the press side, but also on the general solution, workflow, and application area. In Drupa 2012, we talked about what our customers are doing with the presses, about the ability to do mass personalization. We never talked about the Share a Co campaign because there was no Share a Co campaign. And in 2013, for the first time, a well-known brand was able to print hundreds of millions and actually over time billions of personalized, individualized labels as part of a big social media campaign. And that, I think, really changed the landscape of how digital printing was perceived. And then Coca-Cola took it to the next level, personalizing actually millions of bottles with a specific design. So these are innovations that were brought between the Drupas. We recently launched, for example, a pink ink, a fluorescent pink, which was fantastic innovation. We launched a way to automate our EPM mode, the 3-color printing, and actually to generate amazing quality of fashion magazines, all printed in 3 colors without the black. And again, we see the brands doing fantastic things with our products. A beautiful example, a recent example from Israel is customizing packaging of chocolates. And instead of printing the iconic cow logo, this brand decided to print well over 1 million personalized chocolates, each one with a specific design generated by our software, each one with a specific code. And the coolest thing about this application is that you can actually fold it and turn it into a cow, into an origami cow, and the whole campaign is called Arigamu. So again, a lot of innovation, some of it coming from our technology and our presses, a lot of it coming from our customers. Now, of course, at the end of the day, Indigo was founded with a very specific proprietary technology, LEP, but it's an Indigo competitive advantage. It has thrived, I think, given the print quality advantages that we bring, the versatility of applications, and the capability of actually designing a press which is digital, but is built like an offset press and can work day in, day out for months, years, and generate literally millions or tens of millions of dollars of revenue. And at the heart of the technology is, of course, the Indigo Electro Ink, this very special thin layer which can stick to any substrate. And over the years, we've expanded the range of colors, the color gamut, the specialty inks. We've enabled the photo industry, both in the consumer space, but also in countries like India, where our customers are doing just absolutely unbelievable quality work, in some cases in 4 colors, in some cases in 3 colors, and in some cases 6 colors with light cyan, light magenta. And then, of course, just the ability for commercial printers to use the broad range of colors to create vibrant images that are only capable of being produced with these kinds of inks. So it's been really, really exciting to see this development. Of course, we could have never done this alone. A lot of the innovation is driven by very close partners that innovate around our open platform, both on the workflow side as well on the finishing side. At the end of the day, it is not enough to print digitally. You need to be able to finish digitally. You need to be able to track digitally. And what we're seeing is that our customers are moving from talking to us about how many pages they're printing a month to how many jobs can they deliver a day. And in many cases, you're talking about hundreds or thousands. And in this world, you need very different capabilities, which includes the end-to-end solution. Maybe the biggest change that I've seen over the last few years, certainly over the last 2 to 3 years, is the approach that brands are taking to digital print. And when we look around us today, I can really state that the brands love the Indigo print. They understand the quality, the versatility, that they don't have to sacrifice anything versus their conventional methods, but that they gain a huge amount of flexibility around time to market, inventory, customization, and in most cases with a significant improvement to their environmental footprint, given all the characteristics of digital print. Of course, Coca-Cola is highly visible, but there are many, many, many other examples. Again, 4 years ago when I did this webinar, many people came to me and said the only thing they remembered was the fact that I had a beer bottle which was personalized with the name. Since then, we have many beer bottles that have been personalized. We have the Coca-Cola campaigns. So we have the famous Heineken, the personalized beer bottles, and others. We have beer bottles with fluorescent pink, but we also have millions and millions of customized Coca-Cola bottles, and beyond the beverage world, we have customers that are doing flexible packaging applications with the highest quality, but also combining the specific capabilities that only digital print can bring. This is from a customer of ours in Mexico that actually created their own brand, which has pictures of the farmers that are growing the coffee beans. So if you're a consumer and you're going to the supermarket, you have a big variety of choices, and in some cases you're questioning, how is this coffee grown? Is it really also benefiting the farmers? You can actually go and see a video of the specific farmer, and the story can evolve. So you can really be sure that this specific farmer is benefiting from the fact that you as a consumer made the choice to buy this specific brand. And of course, you can customize it, you can do multiple SKUs, all with the qualities of the Indigo print. So the brands are really driving more and more of the demand for digital print in general, and specifically for the Indigo. The combination of improved technology, of the solution partners, and the brands has led to continued very healthy growth in the digital printing area for our customers. And it's no surprise that the last few years have not been the fastest growing years in terms of the general economy. The general commercial printing segment in many areas is under decline or stagnation, and our customers have continued to grow very, very well over 50% since 4 years ago. And this is very, very encouraging, of course, because at the end what matters is not how we are doing, but what our customers are doing with our presses. With this, I'd like to talk a little bit about the future and where we're taking this industry together with our customers. We are focusing today on, I would say, two parts of the industry. One is the general commercial printing industry, including the photo space and the self-publishing areas, and one is the packaging areas where we started with labels, and then 4 years ago we went into flexible packaging and folding cartons. And we enable our customers to be profitable and to grow by delivering the Indigo technologies, the Indigo presses and inks, partnering with our solution and media partners in order to bring this open system and to enable this innovation. And we continue to invest the vast majority of our resources into the presses and the inks, but I will say that as we move into packaging and as customers are asking to deliver thousands of jobs a day, which can translate to well over 1 million orders a year, we are also making sure that our customers can benefit from our innovation on the workflow area, as well on the material side and the finishing, and I'll be talking about that in a few minutes. And at the end of the day, again, we are very much around enabling our customers to grow and to be successful. With that, I want to move into our portfolio and into our news. But before that, let's take a ride 10 years ago. And this is the Indigo portfolio in March 2006, exactly 10 years ago. At that time, we had recently released the Indigo 5000, but the vast majority of the production on Indigo were the Series 1 presses, which were actually released in the 90s. We had very limited capabilities around finishing, workflow, applications. It was early day for this industry, early days for our customers, but I will say it was very exciting. This is where we started to see this industry take off and our customers starting to innovate and to create the photo industry, the label industry, the web-to-print industry, and additional geographies outside the US and Europe started really embracing digital technology. Now, I'm showing you this because I recently came upon a beautiful quote, and as an amateur gardener who's planted quite a few trees during his lifetime, I really believe that the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, and the second best time is now. So the analogy, I think, is quite clear. The customers that embraced Indigo 10 years ago, their tree has grown. They probably have created a small forest, and they're starting to reap the fruits of their labors. And these are a unique group of people that have very healthy businesses. We believe with what we're showing today, we are enabling the next wave of growth in the digital printing. And I'll also quote a customer that I met a few weeks ago that told me that what he loves about Indigo is the fact that we are like gardeners. We sort of plant a seed, which to a certain extent is the Indigo press itself, and then actually we act as gardeners. We help water and fertilize and prune and make sure that this little seed grows into a big tree and there's benefit to the end user. So this is very much our business model, and I think it's relevant. And today I think we can offer our customers and the printing industry at large a really broad range of presses which cover the full range of commercial print applications, but also the labels and packaging. And what we've done in the refresh of our portfolio in 2016 is maintain certain capabilities, but really bring a broad range of innovation to a wide set of presses, some of them the traditional A3 13 by 19 format, some into the B2 format, which we introduced just 4 years ago. But we've also expanded more and more into the B1 format, both on the packaging side and on the commercial printing side. Now, it's virtually impossible to cover all of the products and all of the capabilities in a short presentation. I will try to give you some of the highlights. I will say that strategically, a big part of our philosophy is to enable our existing customers to upgrade and to enjoy the features of our latest innovation. We also have a very clear approach where we're taking innovations from one series, let's talk about the Series 4, and bring it back into the Series 3 and the Series 2, and vice versa. Sometimes we innovate with a certain ink on the Series 3, and then we take it for the Series 4 and the Series 2. And last and not least, and very interestingly, over the last few years, as we've expanded into flexible packaging and folding cartons, there is so much that can be taken from the learnings in this space and applied to the commercial printing. For example, color management or color consistency or material science. And certainly there's a lot of learning from our 2 decades of experience in commercial printing to bring to the packaging world, which is untouched by digital. So if you talk today to a regular commercial printer, they're quite comfortable processing dozens of jobs a day, and some are aspiring to do thousands a day. If you talk to a typical flexible packaging or folding carton converter and you ask them to do 200, 500 jobs a day, they really don't know what you're talking about, certainly if you have to deliver all of them within 48 hours. So there's a lot of learning between the different segments, between the different series of presses, and I'll walk through again just a subset of these capabilities over the next few minutes because it's impossible to cover anything. Now, the commonality to this broad press portfolio is the Indigo LEP technology. With this Drupa portfolio, we are expanding the capabilities and bringing the largest refresh of the technology in the last 20 years. First of all, we're taking our quality, which is already best in class, to the next level through a series of changes both in the print process itself, the electro ink combined with the blanket and with the binary ink developer and some other elements in the process. A lot of work on the color profiles, a lot of work just on the robustness of the press, and I'll say a few words later about a breakthrough in our laser system. Through this packaging innovation, as I said before, we've really learned a lot about color. We believe color is today a competitive advantage. And when I talk about color, it's not just the ability to meet this wide gamut or the special colors. It is about the ability to do this consistently across a broad range of presses. More of our customers have 4 or 5 presses in a site. More of our customers have more than one site. And many of our customers have built these print networks where they actually share work between each other. And when you put a Coca-Cola bottle or a folding carton on the shelf, it could be printed by 2 different presses 3 weeks apart. They have to look identical. So big focus for us on colors. A big focus on high-value applications. We've always prided ourselves on enabling our customers to print on a broad range of substrates, plastics, metallized applications, etc. We're taking this to another level. And then, of course, just the productivity. And productivity is a combination of the number of sheets you can get out of the press, but just as importantly, and for many of our customers even more importantly, how many jobs a day can you process at a very, very low cost. So to drive productivity, you need the capabilities of a very robust press, but more importantly, you need the ability to keep the press up and running all the time, to print while you're proofing, to change jobs, to print 20 different substrates within a few hours, and a lot more. All of these innovations on the hardware, software, and ink side are also today connected with the Print OS system, which we recently announced. This is an HP platform, which will serve all the HP graphic art solutions, both on the inkjet side and the Indigo side, and it'll also be an open platform. so our customers can actually connect additional devices on the finishing side, but also other printing devices. And again, as we move into a world which wants to share information, wants to communicate online, wants to be able to create and share innovation on a global basis, but also to use the big data that's available on our presses, we believe that enabling our customers to have access to the cloud and to have an open, very secure platform in any country in the world is going to drive this industry to the next level. So with that, let me talk a little bit about some of the details. And I cannot get into every single product or all the characteristics, but everything will be shown at Drupa and at D-Scoop and soon at our demo centers. So the Indigo 12,000 will take the Indigo 10,000 to the next level. First of all, in terms of quality, and I related to the already very high level of quality, to the improvements in our process itself. Beyond that, we are today announcing a revolutionary high-resolution, high-definition laser array, which actually doubles the capabilities of the laser and enables a much smoother image for the very, very high-value applications. Now, quite frankly, for many of our customers, the existing Indigo quality already beats offset, but for very specific applications on the photo world, in certain packaging areas, the capability of doubling the resolution is quite critical. We're also enabling a much broader range of substrates. So people are printing today on multiple substrates. With the Indigo 12,000, we are enabling smooth printing on metallized substrates. I believe you can see here this unbelievable image printed on a very metallized paper by one of our customers. And we can also now print on plastics, synthetics, etc. Of course, using the white inks, and we can print on black media, and we can use the same pink ink that I related to before and use that on the Series 4 as well. And we've also added a digital Indigo primer, which basically enables you to use one of the rotations of the drum to prime the substrate and to enable a broader range of applications. And last but not least, the productivity improvements in many, many areas. Our customers are printing 24/7. They're using these presses to print millions of B2 pages a month, day in, day out. And we are enabling them to actually get more out of the press, combination of hardware, software, algorithms, improvements, and again, a lot more to be said about this press. Now, the good news is that all these capabilities are fully upgradable on the Indigo 10,000. So the customers that will buy the 10,000 today or bought it half a year ago will be able to benefit from the enhancements on the 12,000. The enhanced double resolution writing head will be available in 2017. Everything else will be shipping already this year. I'd like to share very briefly a short video of the 12,000. Again, it brings all the Indigo capabilities with the multiple drawers. It adds the electro ink primer. It adds the one-shot technology, which enables this fantastic capability of printing on a broad range of substrates, metallized, et cetera, et cetera. It's a very, very fast press. It runs the 3-color mode. It can run in 7 colors as well. It can run in monochrome. And I think this is going to continue to enable our customers, the larger ones that already have multiple 10,000 and the smaller ones, to take the innovation into the next level. We have done a large effort to bring all the innovation into the Series 3 platform as well. We have thousands of these presses around the world. Some of our customers have traded in their Series 3 presses to the larger format because it's more efficient for them. Many keep both presses. They keep the narrower format for certain applications. They have the larger format for other applications. We want to make sure that the same quality improvements, the same media versatility, the same productivity, the same capabilities on inks, can work on both presses. People can shift jobs from one to the other. People can send the file to one DFE and then decide last minute where they want to print the application. So the 7900 will be replacing the Indigo 7800. It has the spectrophotometer inside, the 7 colors, the white ink station, the thick substrates, all this good stuff, with the additional improvements in media application, the digital primer, the new blanket, and all the productivity enhancements. And again, all these improvements will be backward compatible with the 7500, 76, and 7800 presses. Big news is the Indigo 50000. This is a new press, which will be the highest end of our press range, with a very, very large format, oversized B1, 29 inches by 44. It allows amazing impositioning for A4 pages, business cards, greeting cards, etc. It has a very broad range of substrates. It has an inline primer built in. It has this unbelievable indigo quality with the 4 colors up to the 7 colors. This is not a press for everyone. It is a press for the larger printers that have the volume, the application range, and want to really run day in, day out, massive amount of work with the flexibility and without compromising on the quality. This press will be shown at Drupa and will be again available for shipping in the later part of 2016. To see this work is really a fantastic experience. But again, not all the industry needs a B1 double engine, very fast press. Many of our customers around the globe, certainly in some of the smaller economies, want to enter digital printing, do not want to compromise on the Indigo quality. They need the white inks, they need the one-shot capabilities, they need the ability to process dozens of jobs a day. And we are, at this point of time, refreshing our entry-level portfolio. And the beautiful thing about this is not only are we improving the presses and enabling the pink inks and the EPM and other elements, we're actually enabling these customers to connect to the latest and greatest digital front end, the Production Pro 6.0, which runs also the 50,000 and the 12,000 and the 7,900, and even to connect to the cloud through PrintOS and to benefit from some of the goodies that I'll discuss in a minute. So we're really enabling customers put their foot in the door with the Indigo. In some cases, maybe upgrade other lower-end devices, copiers, etc. And when the business grows, they can pretty easily switch into the Series 3 or the Series 4. They already understand the technology, they've created the market, and they can use the same workflow, same inks, same cloud connectivity, a pretty smooth transition. So that's pretty much the news on the commercial print side. We also have a lot of focus on the photo applications. We're enabling higher quality and a lot of different color modes. We're launching a new press, which is a web version for the photo industry, enabling lay flat books and covers. But again, I cannot get into all the details. I want to move to the packaging space, which is obviously a fast-growing segment still for printing in general, almost untouched by digital except for labels. And over the last 3 years, Indigo has established itself as the leading vendor in the digital label space, but actually as the leading vendor in the label space, period, to a large extent driven by the 6800, which we introduced 2 years ago, with new capabilities around color and uptime and capabilities. And one of the exciting things we've managed to do over the last year, which honestly we thought 4 years ago was impossible, is to develop a new white ink, which we will launch this month, which enables our customers to reach a level of opacity which actually is up to the silk screen capabilities, 81% opacity, We already have customers out there printing and selling jobs to their end customers. It's probably a little bit hard to see this on camera, but it's an unbelievably beautiful opaque white with the same thin layer of indigo ink, and we found a way to do it, which is quite exciting. We've also released fade-resistant inks. We're releasing the fluorescent pink ink. We've released a special white for sleeves, which has the right friction in order to meet the needs downstream. I think this is a great example of the indigo quality, the versatility of the application, the value of the color set, and this is what's driven the brands to really start embracing digital printing. And with that, the volume has grown, the demand has grown. We now have campaigns with hundreds of millions or billions of labels, and we're very, very thrilled to be able to launch a new indigo press for the labels market, the HP Indigo 8000, which actually doubles the speed of the 6800, which is already very quick and reaches 80 meters per minute or 262 feet per minute in color. Obviously supports the new premium white and all the specialty inks I discussed before, and has an option of connecting inline to our close partner AB Graphics that has designed a really amazing semi-rotary die cut unit, and this press is a beast, and will really enable our customers to put a lot more jobs on their digital presses. I'd like to show a short movie of this press running. This is actually in our facility in Kiryat Gat, taken, I believe, yesterday. You can see here now the line printing. There are two engines, and this is when the finishing line from AB Graphics kicks in. Look at the speed of the finishing. You have our product manager standing next to the print output. Again, look at the speed there. Obviously, with the Indigo quality, run by one operator. And we believe this is going to continue to transform the label industry. 4 years ago, we showed the Indigo 20000, which we designed for the flexible packaging industry. We released it at Interpack only 2 years ago. We've had great success so far, selling dozens of units, mostly to the flexible packaging, but also to the label industry. But some of our customers are producing balloons. Some are doing actually oversized posters on this, and with this Drupa, we're actually expanding the capabilities of this press. We're going to enable the same premium white for the flexible packaging, enabling the silkscreen-like capability. We're dramatically broadening the range of substrates that can be printed on this press. Obviously, the press is connected to the print OS. Just to give you an idea of the format, so again, designed as a flexible packaging and label press, but actually is also available today in a commercial print version, which enables this amazingly beautiful large canvas printed on the Indigo, printed at an amazingly fast speed and a very low cost of variable print. Of course, the productivity is very high. This is not for everyone, but it does show sort of the capabilities of what can be done on this press. So a lot of improvements to the press itself and to the range of substrates, but we're also introducing something which we believe is going to revolutionize the industry and enable our customers and the brands to benefit fully from the transition to digital. So we already have customers that are saying we can now deliver a pack, a pouch within a few days, not weeks. But there are limitations today on how long it takes from the minute you finish printing the digital roll, which literally can be a few hours, to the actual finishing solution. And what we're doing now with our partners is enabling a breakthrough, which will enable very fast time to market. You can literally finish the printing and move to lamination and then immediate pouch making. This is just the beginning of a big system we're going to build, and beyond the fact that the chemistry enables this instant packaging, It'll also broaden the range of capabilities. The bond strength is extremely high, and suddenly you can start doing digital for the most demanding applications, including those that have to go through microwaves, retort, etc. Unique process which actually combines the Indigo ink specific qualities with some other breakthroughs that our material scientists have come up with, again in combination with a lot of partners. We'll be showcasing this at D-Scoop, both in Israel next week and North America, and of course at Drupa. Last and not least, the 30,000, which we launched again 2 years ago for the folding carton industry. Our customers are all the time looking to broaden the range of applications. So today they do a vast range of boards. I have here a fantastic example of a print on the Indigo 30,000, which again we designed for folding cartons, but this was done in Mexico on an Indigo 30,000, printing on a metallized board. And it's a picture of the Virgin of Guadalupe, very, very high quality. And it is not only personalized with my name on it, but since this is so rare and so high value, there's a security microtext of my name there to validate it. And this is sold through a web-to-print solution. So again, a combination of packaging, commercial printing, web-to-print, security. Great example of an innovative customer that grabbed an opportunity to create something new. With the Indigo 30,000's new features, our customers now will be able to print on a much broader range of synthetics. Given the fact that we now have an integrated Corona, the productivity will enable more jobs a day. And in a similar concept to the 8,000, we've been working here with our partner Treju, who's now enabling not only a double coater, but also to actually put silver and gold ink flexo inks in line, and with our partner AVT to put in an inspection system. Again, an end-to-end solution. Beyond the presses, the Print OS, we believe, will enable the industry to innovate. As I said before, we are going to have applications which will optimize the printing itself. We will have applications that will optimize the workflow. And we will have an open system where partners and customers with open APIs can actually write their own apps and either use it for themselves or share with partners or potentially offer it for other companies, whatever commercial terms they choose to do. Again, it's impossible to explain all the different applications, but we will have online connectivity through the mobile, so customers will be able to access their information and to know exactly what the press is doing every minute from a remote location. This is called the Print Beat, and it is something which we think, again, will enable transparency and much better communication. Another example of a great application is the Print OS box. Today, many of our customers are getting 20, 30, 40, 50 jobs a day, and as they add 20, 30 jobs a day, they have to add people to answer the telephone, to make sure the file is okay on the customer service side. The print box will enable customers to get applications easily from multiple sources and to flow it directly to the new DFE and to the press. And for customers that have 30, 50, 80 jobs a day, this is a very optimal way of working. If you get up to thousands of jobs a day, there's another application which is called Site Flow, again working with one of our partners that will enable that as well. This is just the beginning. The good news is many of our existing partners are already innovating and connecting through the Print OS, both on the web-to-print and content side, but also on storage, on transferring files, on the MIS side, and of course, over time on the finishing as well, because the platform is open and enables a lot of different capabilities. So I see this as critical because, again, in today's world, it's not enough to have 1 or 2 or 5 presses. You have to be able to process so many jobs efficiently. The cost of mistakes is infinite, and this is the backbone that will enable profitable growth. I want to end with a story. We talked a lot about the opportunity and the success of our customers, but to be very honest, getting into digital, buying an Indigo press for $500,000, $1 million, $1.5 million, it's a big decision. Many of our customers are privately held family businesses around for 1, 2, 3 generations. It's a big decision. It's a very, very big decision. And with all the success, before people sign off and make this commitment, there's a lot of fear. This is a customer I visited about a year ago in Australia. They were still sort of looking, should they do this? What would it mean for them? We had a lot of discussions. At the end, they bought the press. They took the picture, and this article came out. And there are 2 quotes in this article that I really love. The first one is that at the end, when they were asked, so why did you buy the press? Wasn't there a lot of risk associated? They said, yeah, but we decided at the end there is more risk in not changing. And this really sums up for me a lot of what I'm trying to say here. The world is changing. Social media is here. Printing in certain areas is going to decline. Not changing, not a good answer. Commercial printers have to change because the times are not easy. Packaging converters have to change, even though the times are great and it looks like we're growing 4-6%. Why do I have to go into digital? Why do I have to change my workflow? I'm doing great. Nobody's asking me to change my time to market. Nobody's asking me for shorter runs. Nobody's asking me. This is also changing, but again, not taking the leap, not changing is really, really bad. So we encourage our customers to change, and we try to help them. And the second quote, which I think is relevant, is that after you decide to do this and you take the risk, you install the press, you take the picture, and then actually you discover that the Indigo is a very, very hungry beast. And you have to feed it. Feed it means driving a lot of jobs to this press. In some cases, hundreds or thousands of jobs. And this is where the work with the brands and the print OS and the business development capabilities kick in, and it becomes really a long-term joint effort of ourselves, our partners, and our customers, not just to feed the beast, but I probably like more the analogy of growing the tree and building a forest. And at the end of the day, this is all around our customers. We provide technology. We have some good ideas, but most of the applications I've showed you here, a lot of the innovation that we're showing now has been driven by requests, ideas, suggestions, demands from our thousands of customers around the world. They have led this transformation of this industry. They are the most innovative, diverse, out-of-the-box thinkers I've ever seen in my career. D-Scoop, which is the users organization, is the best proof point of this. D-Scoop has enabled sharing of information, has created an amazing community, which not only competes, but actually is working hard to educate consumers, brands, agencies, why print is not only relevant and adds value, why it is beautiful and why it is essential for any consumer, but also for any brand. And D-Scoop continues to evolve and to grow and to globalize. And next week in Tel Aviv, we will host the 5th D-Scoop conference of EMEA after a great event in Dublin last year. And in 2 weeks, we will have D-Scoop 11, hard to believe, 11 years have already flown by, in San Antonio. And we will be, again, showcasing everything I've talked about and a lot more. More importantly, our customers will be able to share their solutions, to share their requests. And as long as we keep this healthy dialogue open, I think the industry will continue to do well with all the big changes around us. And the world is changing. We have to change with it. And I think with the Drupa 2016 portfolio from Indigo, from the broader HP with the graphic innovation around inkjet and its many forms of latex and PWP and DesignJet and Cytex, we're really bringing an amazing portfolio. We will be at Drupa in a couple of months at Hall 17 with all the HP GSB solutions showing not just the presses and the technology, but the end-to-end solution with our partners and a huge, huge amount of actual prints generated by our customers, consumed by the brands, which I think will excite anybody that comes to our booth. So to sum up, exciting days for us, a lot of new presses, many new capabilities, faster, bigger, higher quality. The largest refresh of the Indigo technology for the last 20 years in terms of quality, media range, color gamut, applications, productivity. The Pack Ready, a revolutionary new capability which will enable on-demand packaging, again with our partners. And all the Indigo presses, as well as the other GSB presses, will be now connected into a network driven through the cloud and improving the ways our customers manage their work and just innovate. So again, thank you for taking the time to join me today. Those of you who can still sign up and attend D-Scoop, please do so. And I really hope to see a lot of people at Drupa to discuss where the industry is heading, to get feedback on our 2016 portfolio, and to also get feedback what else we need to do in order to have a successful future for this amazing industry. And with that, I'll open it up for questions. I know you can sort of send questions online on your screen. And I see that there are several questions on the electro ink primer. What presses have it? How does it work? And will this enable the press to print on any substrate? So it's available on the sheet-fed presses on the Series 2, Series 3, and Series 4. The web presses actually have a different priming system, an inline primer, both on the 50,000, 20,000, and 6,800 and 8,000. The digital primer for the sheet-fed will enable a very broad range of media, specifically the paper-based ones. It is not going to support the full range of plastics. Again, as always, our customers will experiment. People already print thousands and thousands of different media types on the Indigo. This will expand the range. I think it'll give our customers the flexibility never to say no. So if a customer walks in, they want this exotic paper, doesn't exist as a certified media, you don't have the time to go and prime it, you just put it on the press and you use this capability. When will this technology arrive in Latin America? Latin America is an important part of our customer base, and these presses are basically available for sale worldwide. We have a lot of 10,000 presses in many countries in Latin America, including the smallest country for us that has a 10,000, Barbados. We have 30,000s and 20,000s in Mexico, Brazil, etc. So all these presses are available immediately in Latin America. Do any of your web presses print in-mode labels, including finishing options? Absolutely, they print in-mode labels. Both our 6800 series and the 20,000. We have customers doing in-molds. I didn't bring an example. I should have. In many different countries. The finishing is obviously offline, and a lot of the capability to enable this application is actually in the post-printing process, the finishing, but also the material science. We have guidebooks. We have experts that actually can guide you through how to do that. Very surprised to see a B1, technically feasible, but we understood unlikely due to development cost. Was this an overstated assessment, or is there market potential to justify? So the B1 format actually leverages two paths as we were taking on development. One is the 20,000 format for flexible packaging. And again, we started the 20,000 for flexible packaging. And then we found out that some of our customers are actually using it for B1 oversized posters, point of sale material, etc. So that got us thinking. And the second thing is many of our larger customers on the photo side, yearbook side, commercial printing have actually bought the Indigo 7250, which is a double engine press. So we already had the confidence and the capabilities to drive a double engine. And then we started developing the 8000 as this double speed label, and combination of ideas that our R&D organization came up with, customer feedback, we said we can actually put two engines together. You need a special priming station, you need to reverse the print, you need the workflow, but for some of our customers this is actually a fantastic solution. We believe there's market potential for sure. Has this presentation been recorded? And there's an answer, which is great. Yes, playback will be available in a few hours in the same URL. I love getting the question and the answer together. I have an Indigo 7600. From what you showed, what is backward compatible? So almost everything we bring to the 7900 is backward compatible. The connectivity to the Print OS and the new DFE. These are examples of what you get as an Indigo customer if you're under our service, which the vast majority of customers, of course, are. The broader range of inks, including the digital primer, is there. The improved quality, the new process parameters of the bid and the blanket, etc. It's pretty much all available. And again, there are always a few specific things on the hardware which are not, but it doesn't really impact the functionality. Okay, I think that's pretty much it in terms of questions, and we're also running out of time. I'll wait another 30 seconds if there are any other questions or comments. I see the same question as before, guys. So I have an Indigo 7600. Is there another question you want to shout out to me?
Is Print OS available?
Is Print OS available? So Print OS is going to be formally released to our thousands of customers at Drupa. We already have dozens of customers and well over 100 presses connected. And actually, those that are interested, we can start ramping you up and connecting you very soon. Next week at D-Scoop in Israel, and the week after in D-Scoop in San Antonio, we will have a booth where people can enroll and sign into Print OS. I should have said this, so it's a great question. Our intent is within a few months, certainly by the end of this year, to have the vast majority of the Indigo customers connected to Print OS and leveraging a lot of the applications that exist and hopefully starting to innovate and produce additional applications.
What financing options are there available to help me innovate?
What financing options are there available to help me innovate? Financing is undoubtedly a big part of what we're offering to the market. We work with the HP Financial Services entity, which has funded billions of dollars in this industry over the last few years. I believe they understand the industry. They're offering a broad range of programs, including the ability to refresh your technology after a few years, which is very compliant with our strategic intent to enable our customers to trade in presses and grow their technology. We have leasing programs that also enable customers to finance their presses over 5, 6, or 7 years. Definitely these programs are available. And again, HPFS is an integral part of our Drupa booth. And if there's specific requests, we can definitely try to accommodate it. If I want to start in photo books plus online stationery such as business cards, is the 10,000 or the 7,800 the better choice? It really depends. Both can do it. If you have the volume, then I would go for the 10,000 or 12,000 because you get the impositioning. Today, for the first time with the 12,000, you're actually not losing any capabilities because you have the one shot and you have the fluorescent pink and you have the same DFE, which is great. On the other hand, it's a bigger footprint and it's obviously a much larger capital investment. And then it depends on the application. And we have many customers that have, as I said before, both platforms because some jobs run more efficiently on a 7800 and some more on the 10,000. At the end, it's also a question of ROI, which we can help you with simulating your cash flow and return on investment with what we call the Smart Planner, which again, we're releasing a new version which is cloud-based and you can access it and we can help with the analysis. Is there a sheet-fed version of the 50,000? We'll have a sheeter option. So there's no sheet-fed version, but the 50,000 will have a sheeter option. Basically, we believe most customers will need a customized solution based on their application. We already have customers working with a B1 format on the 20,000 that have customized sheeter and take the roll and then turn it into the sheets that they need. So thank you very much. The broadcast will be available very soon. Appreciate you joining us. Hopefully, I'll see some of you live over the next few months at our various events, and let's have a great Drupa. Thanks a lot.
HP is doing a really good job in not only building excellent equipment and technology, but also trying to find new ways to use the power of print in order to help the customers expand their footprint as far as the number of things they can do for people and go forward.
It's interesting to see technology on the one side, hardware, you see application-oriented things, and you see software, productivity tools. Well, in the end, you need all of them. You need applications, software, hardware working together.
I'm very much impressed. I was expecting from HP Indigo B1 press to be launched at Drupa, and now I will have further details about the 50,000s.
Just come out of the pack ready. Very interested to see the lamination, which is a killer part of the sector that until now has not been addressed.
Extraordinario. En realidad la velada de hoy, tanto como la de ayer, ha sido muy instructiva. Conocer el desarrollo de las tecnologías HP Indigo.
If you're a label printer, it's really exciting with your new 8000 where you double the speed by adding a second machine.
It's amazing the different levels that we get to see here. It's all very interesting.
This is a great opportunity to come visit Israel and see all of the innovation that HP brings to the market.
For me, Drupa is like a kid in a sweet shop. I like Drupa, and I'm pretty sure that HP will blow us away as ever.